Boyle and I'm quitting alcohol. So, first day of the second last week of waterproofing ever. Feels like we're going around the home turn. We're into the straight. We're just at the top of the straight, actually. My horse has lost interest. He's just looking around. I'm trying to get him going, but he's almost stopped completely. He's eating some grass. He's watching the faster horses go off ahead of him. He doesn't give a fuck. But it all seems within reach now. My wife resigned from her job today. That was another thing that had been in limbo for a month now. The timing had to be right, and that all went well, so another box ticked, and now it's just fucking pack the house up. Pack the house up and go to work. I don't even know when I'm going to resign. Resign's a little bit of a posh word for what I'm doing. Stop rocking up's probably enough. I don't know when I'm going to stop rocking up. I think I'm going to tell my boss at the start of next week. I want to work all next week as well. I need the money, so it's a risk. He could just go, why don't you take the rest of the week off, mate? Which I don't want. I need to think about it, actually. Maybe I'll tell him Wednesday. I was thinking about just going, listen, this is going to be my last week on Monday. But maybe I'll make it Wednesday. Tuesday's payday, so after Tuesday is probably the best time to do it. I was down in a fucking shaft today. Just a big hole in the ground. A big oval-shaped hole in the ground. A place where no light can escape. No air gets recycled. It's so fucking bad down there. There's so much exhaust and dust and fucking bullshit. Thank God I've got my respirator. Otherwise, I'd be walking off even more than I am now. Anyway, it's only Monday. I've got fucking 5 more days to complain about. Before the weekend, we're doing a little birthday for my daughter this weekend. And then it's the full home straight. I'll be getting the fucking pony kicking down the home straight next week. Anyway, it's Monday. You know what that means. It's Ask Boyle time. So if you have a question you would like answered by one of the greatest minds of the generation or any generation, comedian, philosopher, future ex-waterproofer, Le Boyle, then head to my website. I need some questions. Get the questions in. I just want a bunch banked up so I can fucking just click and collect. So get your questions to boylecomedy.com. There's a section there. Ask your question. Also, send in some stories. I've had some comments on my fucking Spotify the last couple of weeks calling the last few weeks Fucked Up Friday stories fucking duds. So it's not on me. It's you cunts. You cunts got to fucking send me in some gold. So I need some gold, cunts. So send me in some Fucked Up Fridays. Same place, boylecomedy.com. Anyway, let's get to this week's Ask Boyle. So this week's Ask Boyle was sent in by my man fucking Kevo out there in Toronto. And here it is. Explain Bogan Science in your own words. Give 3 examples. Where Don't tell Kevin or whatever the fuck that movie was. Don't tell the babysitters about Kevin. He's a little cunt. You have come to the right place. Bogan Science isn't actually a thing. People in Australia don't know what Bogan Science is. I came up with it years ago. But my conception of Bogan Science, it's basically you take a idea that seems like science. It could be anything. It doesn't really matter. Any sciencey type thing. It doesn't even have to be science per se. it can just be like an idea. So you take something that seems like science, then you add Bogan to it, which is just basically your own natural Bogan way of thinking, and those two combined equal retarded. That's what Bogan Science is. It's science plus Bogan equals retarded. For example, I came up with Bogan Science when I was drinking vodka. I started drinking vodka for a while and I was getting some pretty vicious hangovers and I wanted to cure the hangover. And in the mornings after these big fucking vodka sessions, I would drink like 3 or 4 Gatorades to try and kill the hangover. And then one day I decided to apply some Bogan Science to it. So I took the idea of electrolytes and rehydration through Gatorade and I ran it through the Bogan filter, which was, why don't I just mix the Gatorade with the vodka? That way I won't get dehydrated and I'll skip the hangover. Science plus Bogan equals retarded. And it did come out retarded. Nothing happened. If anything, I was worse because of all the sugar in the Gatorade. And then the next morning, the Gatorades wouldn't work because I'd already drank like 2 liters of Gatorade. And then I started getting man titties because I was drinking too many fucking Gatorades. So that's an example of Bogan Science. Another example, I don't know if I've got 3, but this is another example. One of my mates, he was driving back home from somewhere. This is years ago. And he was stoned. And he was coming down a hill in his car. And he thought to himself, with the momentum of this car, like speed times mass acceleration, something like that, he did the full calculations. He's like, I don't need to be driving this car. The momentum will just take me down the hill. So I might as well save a little bit of petrol by turning the car off. So instead of just putting it in neutral, which would have saved a little bit of petrol, he's like, well, I might as well just turn the entire car off and save even more petrol. So see, there's a little bit of science in there. Mass, momentum, acceleration, fuel savings. And then he just put it through the Bogan filter and was like, I'll save petrol if I just turn my car off. So he turned his car off. And as you would expect with Bogan Science, the results were retarded. He gently glided down the hill. Everything was going fine until the road started veering off to the left, started taking a corner. Then he grabbed the steering wheel to try and steer it around the corner. But when he went to steer, the steering lock came on because the car was off and he ended up crashing into a tree. That was always one of my favorites when I was younger. I remember the cunt as well, Dave. He was Dave as well. Usually Dave's a pretty good practitioner of Bogan Science. So yeah, he ended up riding his car off because the steering lock came on and didn't have enough time to avoid crashing into the tree. So there's a lesson for you. But that's basically what Bogan Science is. You take science, you add Bogan, the outcome is retarded. Anyway, Kev, thank you for the question. That'll do for tonight, and I'll see you the fuck later.